Okay, all right. So welcome to the next tutorial. I'm so sorry it's delaying as it is. We are going to have to end tomorrow, so I'll send in two more videos for today. So now let me start the second one for today. So this, as I said in the previous video, that I will be making another box for the same kebab sticks, but this is for a longer stick. The one that we did is a short, sorry, it's a short stick. This is it. Sorry, so I didn't show you how I did this. I just cut out a piece from the nylon where the kebab stick came and just glued it on top of it. Simple, just like that. So this is the one we made. The reason why I'm doing another one but for a longer one is because of this part. I want to correct this part. Okay, I forgot to put the finger hole. This finger hole doesn't make any sense at all, so I want to correct this part. So let me bring out one. You can see this is a shorter one compared to this. You can see, right, this one is 6 inches while this is 8 inches. So let's get started. Just the way we did this one is the same way I will do this. So I'm not going to explain in details anymore, okay, but there will be a little change. I am going to put my PVC glue. I say PVC glue, sorry, my PVC, the film, the clear film. This, I'll be applying this, so there will be like a window like that, so you'll be able to see the sticks inside for this box. So that's just the only difference. So let's get started. All right, so this time I'll be making use of my board all through. Okay, so now for this, for the 8 inches, I will be making use of 5.5 inches by 11 inches. Okay, so as usual, on my 5.5 inches side, that's a shorter one, I will score at half an inch. Now this one I'm making it a bit bigger than the previous one, so instead of 1 inches, I'm making it 1.25 inches. That's 1 2/8 of an inch. So I'll add 1 2/8 of an inch to every score line that I make. So from this, adding 1 2/8 of an inch, I have 1 6/8, and then adding 1 2/8 to this, I have 3 inches. Then to add another 1 2/8 of an inch, I have 4 2/8 of an inch. So now we have 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then I will turn and then score at 1 2/8 of an inch. Remember, the kebab stick is 8 inches, so plus 8 inches, that's 9 2/8 of an inch. And then I will score at 10.5. That's plus 1 2/8 of an inch. So the next thing to do is to cut out those small pieces, exactly like the first one that we did. Okay, then this one, separate them. Sorry, I don't know why I really don't like cutting on this bigger paper cutter. I don't know, because I want it to last. So I'm bringing this in now. This is a smaller one. This one is the A3 size, but this big one is the A1, so it's quite large. But this one is A3, so you can see A3. Okay, so this is the base. Okay, separated. Now this, let me fold so I can be sure of where my lid is going to be. Okay, this is my lid. Now I'm moving this. Okay, let me separate this. Oops. Okay. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to, let me be sure. Okay, these two. Remove the top section. We don't need it. Remember I said it will include the score line, so I turned it over so I will be able to be sure that yes, my ruler is right at the base of the score line. This I can see that the score line for this is not really showing as much as the red one, so I'm really sorry about that. So you can just go back to the first video to have a proper understanding of it. Okay, now for this one, the next thing we have to do is to create our window sheet space, which is going to be in the front here, this front. Okay, so that's this one that we cut off from here. Now for this, I need to make use of my pencil, but right now I can't find any of my pencils. I don't know why. The one I can, okay, there's a short one here. Oh, right, very short. Okay, so now the length of this section is 1 2/8 of an inch. Okay, now 1 2/8. What size do I make the window? Let me make the window to be half an inch. So if it's half an inch, let me use this board to explain it better. The size of each section is 1 2/8. Okay, so and I want the space to be half an inch, where the window sheet to go in to be half an inch. If it's half an inch minus 1 2/8 will be left with 6/8 of an inch. Okay, so now that 6/8 of an inch divided by 2 will be 3/8 of an inch. Now what I'm going to do is to bring my ruler and my pencil, line this up just slightly above this score line here, making sure it is lined up. This can rise and the ruler is properly lined to it. Okay, and then mark 3/8. 1 2 3 3/8 here, and then from here also 1 2 3 3/8, and then come up and do the same thing. Okay, 3/8, 1 2 3/8, then turn. Okay, before I turn, let me join the 2 points with pencil very faintly, so you can easily erase it if there is need to erase. Okay, then turn and then do the same marking, but this time I'll place my ruler here because this space is quite small, so I'll use this as my guide. 3/8 here, and then from 8 inches 3/8, 1 2 3, that's 7 5/8, and then come down here and repeat. Make sure that your ruler is straight, and then repeat the same thing. 3/8, 7 5/8, then join the line, join the 2 points. Okay, so we'll draw this line up just as if I'm trying to join the lines again. So I'll just draw it all the way up like that. And this one too, very faintly. Don't apply pressure at all. Okay, so this space here is what we'll cut out, but my window sheet is not as long as this. Okay, so what I would do is to measure my window sheet, and I have 6 and 5/8. Okay, 6 and 5/8 minus 1 inch, and we have 5 and 5/8. Okay, now let's measure here from where this 5 and 5/8 minus 6 minus 8 inches. What do I have? I have 1, 2. I have 2 and 3/8 of an inch, but I will remove 1 inch, so I will just assume it to be 2 and 2/8 of an inch. 2 and 2/8 of an inch. This is it here. 2. I hope you can see. 2 and 2/8 of an inch divided by 2 give me 1 and 1/8 of an inch. So now I will line my ruler with this line and mark 1 and 1/8 of an inch on that line. From this end to this end. So this one is 6 and 7/8. And then come down and repeat the same thing on the second line that we drew. 1 and 1/8, 6 and 7/8. Then join the lines. Okay, so now what we are going to cut out is this centerpiece. If I should bring in my PVC, if I line it up, you can see it didn't get all the way down, didn't get all the way up. It's perfect like that, and it touches the sides. Okay, so I already measured the side out. It's 1 and 1/8 of an inch. So let's cut out the piece that we don't need. Line your ruler, let it be right on top of the pencil line. From this point here, we'll cut from this point to this point, from this point to this point, from this point to this point, and from this point back to this point. You have to be very careful when you are cutting, so you don't cut more than what you need. If not, that means you're going to be starting all over. That is wasted material. And trust me, these materials are not something you want to waste. They are quite on the expensive side. It's not the normal papers that you see flying around. Okay, that's why you can make good money from this. So this is the piece. We don't need this. Throw this away. Now, to have a clean work, a clean look, you have to clean off the pencil marks. That is why I said that you should draw it very faintly. Okay, so you can see our pencil mark is gone and we have a straight window. Okay, so now we will now glue our window sheet down, lining it up like this. I'm going to use my double-sided tape. I'm going to cut this. This is a small piece that I have left. So what I did is that I usually I buy the 2 inches. This is 2 inches, and then I cut by myself into the size that I need. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. I'll show you how I cut into the size that I. This is half. This is about 1 inches. Of course, it's not so straight, but I don't need up to half an inch. This is just like the size that I'm cutting out. And I will also teach you how to take care of your scissors. I've been this scissors for the past 6 years. Yeah, so I'll teach you how to take care of the scissors to keep it clean. So just continue, line this up to the edge of the PVC. That's what I'm doing, lining it up with the edge. Okay, and then trim the excess off. Trust me, this is not wasted. That's why I like this double-sided tip. No piece is wasted. And then cut this into two. And continue. Just line it up with the edge. I hope my voice is loud and clear. And then continue on the other side as well. We are almost done. Okay, then bring this in. Line it. And cut off the excess. And the top. And there, we are done. Remember my stylus. I'll bring it in and crease. Remember what I explained creasing to be in the first video. Okay, crease properly to remove any bubble that will be hidden under there. Then you just full bend your paper like this. That means your PVC, since it's PVC, you cannot tear, so you can bend it just to raise the paper. I don't know if you can see how the paper the paper raised. Okay, and just peel it off. You can see the glue is well stuck to the PVC. And try not to touch the tape. What am I calling it glue? Try not to touch the surface of the tape. As I said, if not, the oil from your finger can make it not to be sticky enough. Okay. Alright, now what I'll do is just to line it up. Oops. I have to be careful. I have to be very, very careful when you're doing this. Okay, alright. And then crease. Put it down properly. Now, I don't know if you can see the glue outside. It's sticky outside. So you just use anything that you have to just push it in. Okay, just push it in. It will go, don't worry. That's one thing about this that's one thing about this double-sided tape. So that's how to apply our PVC. Now let us round these corners. Remember this, my envelope punch board, right? So I'll just fold this in, line this up and punch, fold this. But you remember how I taught you how to Okay, sorry. Okay, so fold this, push it in and punch. And then repeat the same for the other side. Push in, punch. And this also push in. But since you don't have this, I already taught you how to round your corner. Okay, so we are done with the corner rounding. You just use your bottle cover. So the next thing we have to do is to glue this down. Bring in my double-sided tape one more time. Cut the size that I need. Now for this one, I'll just cut it into two. I'll cut this into two equal parts. Okay, so I think let me just show you how to keep your scissors clean. Now it's becoming sticky, like the stickiness from double-sided tape is sticking to my scissors already. I was feeling it. So once you start feeling it, you bring in your cotton wool. That's what I use. Cotton wool and your lotion. That's your normal body lotion, your cream, not Vaseline, please. Just put a little and then spread it. It will go into the cotton wool properly. Okay, you can see that's it. So then you take it and open your scissors and just wipe the surface. If you do this every time you feel your scissors is sticky, I didn't clean it off, just to wipe the surface. If you do that every time you feel your scissors is sticky, your scissors will never have glue residuals on it. Never. It will not. This is how it has always been. Very clean. No glue residue. So let us assemble our box. I'll line this up just as we did the first one, and then cut off the excess tape. I don't waste my tape, so hey, my double-sided tape. What? No way. Okay, so bringing in my bone folder, crease properly. Okay, looking at it from here, we'll see how to push in some more. Remember to trim this part. Okay, let me use scissors. Scissors is going to be a bit faster here. Just cut that tiny piece of triangle. That's all. Okay, so I will fold this, crease on all the sides. Crease all the folds so that you have a very clean and smooth edge. Okay, now for the finger hole, hold on, I'm so sorry, I ended the previous video instead of pausing it. So this is what I'll be using for the finger hole. This is called a punch. This is a 3/4 circle punch. Okay, this is EK tools. You can get this on Amazon. So this is what I use in place of using bottle caps. Okay, so you can use your bottle cap like any like this. kind of plastic, but this one is quite too big. This one is too big for it, so you can't use something like this. But just look for a small, that will fit properly, okay, to cut your finger hole. So this is what I do. Just line it up and then see what I'm removing. Very tiny piece. Let me make it bigger. Okay, yeah, this is okay. And then just punch. This is it. It's not up to half of the whole circle, okay? So that's how to do it. Now we can assemble our box. Just peel this off and then fold in the extra piece of tape that is coming out. You can see the way I'm doing it, right? Okay, and fold this down and then bring this to meet it, lining it up, these two lines that they line up properly. Okay, then we crease properly, fold and crease properly. Now let us assemble the base. Okay, so I'll start with this. No, I want this one that is in the top to be the last to go down, so I'll start with this. Since I'm starting with this, I'll bring in my double-sided tape, line it up just like the previous one. And then trim off the excess. And this on the opposite side. I hope you can hear me well, oh, please, because I used to get complaints that my voice was not always loud enough or something. Okay, and then this one. Trim. Now this will be in the inside part. The last one on the inside part. And then trim. Okay, so line this down and crease. This one is on the outside part, the inside part rather, crease. Okay, now for me, I like to just peel off. This tape is coming out, so I'll just fold it in. I like to peel one after the other. Fold this in and then fold this in. Stand it and tap. You can see this one is 8 inches. Okay, tap. Peel this off. Okay, this is the top, so this will go like this, and then tap, and peel this off. Normally I like to peel everything off at once, but so that you understand what I'm doing, that's why I did it a step at a time. And then fold this over and then tap. Okay, and we are done. So that is, you can see the finger hole, you can see the box looking very fine and beautiful. So let me pour my sticks inside. Normally these sticks come in hundreds, but I've used so much from this, so yeah, so yeah, you can see, and maybe it was up to 100, it would have entered perfectly well. So when I get more, just pour them inside here and then continue using my box to save my sticks. So you can see it's looking nice, right? Thank you. All right, so see you. I'm going to send another video and I'll try to do as much videos as possible to teach you guys different types of boxes. Okay, so see you soon.